This second version of this meme I created, I don't know, I guess it's a meme. This one is going to be, it's about Trump and Biden debating on the Joe Rogan show, but this is going to be like as if after 10 minutes has passed. So at this point, at first they were calm in the first one. So here's the first one. And, Joe, this was kind of funny because, it looks kind of realistic. Second version of this meme I created. Oh, I guess it's a meme. Where is that coming from? Hold on. It's about Trump and Biden debating on the Joe Rogan show. It's like, where the hell's that playing? How do I stop that? At first they were calm. Hello. That's crazy. Here's the first one. Okay, I just have to close down all these browsers. I don't know where it's coming from. Okay, anyhow. I think I killed it. Okay, so I can't have. All right, sorry, I was. Whoops, on one of my browsers on my other screen over here. I've got another browser over here, and it was playing. Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, the first version was kind of funny because Joe here kind of looks like bugged out by what they're apparently talking about, but they look nice and calm. And so I decided to do a second version. And this one is the joke is it's after 10 minutes. So far I've got Biden on the left here, kind of like pointing his finger at Trump and yelling at him. And I got Trump over here kind of doing his thing. Someone told me it's his China. That's his pose. And we have Joe decided just to light up a joint. So I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do to fix this up. Like Joe, the color correction on Joe is still bad. I got to do shadows for his elbow. There's a whole bottom half of Trump I've got to recreate. This hand is actually taken from somewhere else. So it's actually a fake hand that I have to adjust as well. And so yeah, this was kind of funny. This is something a friend of mine just sent to me on Facebook. Let me pull up Facebook. Okay, I'm just going to pull up Facebook here. It's called the Joe Rogan Experience. And apparently this fan page reprinted or reposted in the meme, which is kind of funny. So this is, I don't know how they got it, but that's, oh, come on. Oh, here it is. Okay. I don't know why things are kind of slow, but this was kind of funny. So a friend of mine sent me, said, hey, check this out. Why are things so slow? Come on, baby. Okay, maybe I'm looking at the wrong fan page. Of course, I should have had this ready. I think I'm looking at the wrong fan page. I'm such an idiot sometimes. I don't know why people would bother to watch me do this. I'm just rambling on. Ramble on. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have to go to my. How do you go to Messenger on this thing? Okay. Oh, maybe I have to join the group on there. Let me just 1 second. The Joe Rogan Experience. Go here. Oh, I'm on a wrong page. Yeah. It's called the Joe. Maybe it's this one. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So when you go to this page, apparently it's a fan page. Look, here's the funny thing. So here's my original one. Someone posted it up here. And look, I just wrote, I made this. And a buddy of mine replied, and there's 11,000 likes on it, which is funny. And then someone has already modified it to do something that I was actually working on. I was literally going to add Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo in here, but someone already beat me to it. But I thought that was kind of funny. Anyhow, so let's go back here. Like if you go in here and you didn't watch my other live streams, like I actually have some Eddie Bravos and what's his face, Alex Jones images ready to go. I don't know where I put them. Yeah, like so. For example, it was actually this exact same picture that this person already used. So I was thinking about using that one or this one. And here's one of Eddie Bravo I liked, and I also have one where they're giving the headlock, and I have an Elon Musk one that I might add. But anyhow, so here we are. They close off that, and I guess I'm going to get into it. I'm just going to get into it. There's a bunch of stuff that's ugly, like right down on the desk. Obviously, it looks like I cut off some things here, so I might have to fix that. What should I do? The hardest thing is going to be recreating Trump's body. So maybe I'll attack that first. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save as a newer version. It's called 4, and I'm gonna clean up stuff in my file because it's pretty big. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up. Oh yeah, there's Elon Musk. Oh, and there's Alex Jones in the headlock. Okay, I want to keep those, but I'm gonna get rid of these Biden ones. Actually, I'm going to keep one of the Biden ones because I think it's pre-color collected. I don't know what all these little things are. I'm just going to delete it. Goodbye. Hello. Okay. Basically, the reason why I'm doing it is because it'll speed up. It's using a lot of RAM right now to manage this file. And I don't have a super fast computer anymore. This thing's pretty old. It's got to be like a decade old. Come on. There we go. When I save it again, it should. You taking off? Okay. Just text me where you go, okay? All right. So it should speed up things a bit. Yeah, okay. Maybe with the Trump hand. Do I even need that one? I think this was. Yeah, okay. That's where I was trying to fix up his hand in one way and I couldn't do it. So we'll just get rid of these. Goodbye, Trump hand. Biden hand. I think that's the old Biden hand. Yeah, it's the old. Looks like he's holding a mouse. Let's get rid of these two Trumperoonies. Goodbye. Like I said, this won't be that exciting to watch, but maybe it might be interesting for anyone who's never done Photoshop to see how you cannot trust any images you see. Now, I'm not doing like a super incredible job. Like I'm not trying to make it super photorealistic. I'm just probably going above and beyond the average kind of a regular person's Photoshop attempt, trying to make it look a little bit better than what you might expect. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's go over to here. And let's just work on. See ya. Okay. Just text me whatever you need, okay? All right. Where's Mr. Trump hands up? That one, and then there's OK hand. So I'm gonna put in Trump, T-R-U-M-P. Trump, okay, hand. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just clean that up a bit. Doesn't look quite right. What's wrong? I think it's because the collar. Yes, I know what's wrong. I got to go in and clean up this line here. I'm going to use the polygonal lasso tool just to take off these dark edges. That makes it look a little bit more realistic, and it looks like I gotta do the same thing here. What I actually might do is just cut this thing a little piece and then just move it down. And then I shouldn't have done that. That looks a little. That was. It created a little bit of a darkness there. So I'm gonna put that back up, and I'm just gonna cut it off. I'm just gonna go and cut it off where his hand would be, because his hand would be in front of the back of the collar, or cuff or link or whatever that is. It's a bit too far. What I could do is make this semi-transparent, so now I can see where to cut. Okay. Now we'll just bring that layer back to 0. There. And now it'll look a little bit better. When I put on the background, I have to see how well it blends in. That looks not good. So I gotta go. See, probably you don't notice this, but on his hand, there's white pixels that you only notice when there's a dark background. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take this whole edge off, even those weird blue things, because the photo it was used from obviously had a blue background. So get rid of that. Oh my god, back. Come on. Why is that deleting? Oh, because I need to do it on the hand. It's wrong layer. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, so if I'm going to do a good job, so you can see purpley bits, which will probably make it just seem a little bit fake. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean that up a bit. The goal here is just to get rid of the colors, and especially the brightness that is coming through from the image that it was used, without taking too much off of his body, because then the fingers will look too skinny. So you kind of have to find that balance. And by the way, there are tools in the newer version of Photoshop which can make your life a lot easier. So I wouldn't recommend necessarily doing it this way. I literally just have to install it, and I just haven't. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. I feel like listening to some music. So for those who don't know what the hell I'm doing, basically, I don't know how it started, but apparently someone had said, hey, there should be a debate between Joe Rogan and Trump. Sorry, between Biden and Trump on the Joe Rogan show. And apparently Trump had tweeted out, yeah, let's do it. And so I just thought it'd be funny if I would do a mock-up of what it would look like, and this kind of debate. And also was kind of interesting because Joe Rogan had moved to this new studio, which is like some sort of bunker. That's why everything looks all red. I mean, it happens to have red lights in it for whatever aesthetic reasons he's chosen. And so then I posted it on Reddit, but the problem was I was never part of the Joe Rogan subreddit. I just sort of just thought, hey, maybe this is where a good place to post it. And then I tried like 3 or 4 times to post it, and it got blocked immediately. Like for some reason, the auto mod block just said, you cannot post this. And I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Why won't I post? So I gave up and then went to another subreddit called Pictures, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll try this. Like, I'm always thinking like, holy shit, people might freak out because I'm breaking some rules. So anyhow, I just posted on Pics, and then that was it. And I went about my day, and then I can't remember how, but apparently someone on, some people saw eventually, oh yeah, there's a guy who saw that I was trying to post it and the mods weren't letting it go through, and he said he convinced the mods to let it go through, but then he reposted it himself, and I was cool with that. And then it got like 23,000 likes and all these people talking about it. I was like, whoa, that's kind of hilarious. That was fun. Okay. All right, so that's hand's a bit better. I'm going to have to color correct it because it's so different. Now I'm going to look at Trump's head. So this is Trump hands up, Trump hand, okay hand. All right, so this needs work. I think I can't use a polygonal tool to do a sharp cut. So what I'll do is use the erase tool like a paintbrush. Now, okay, should I do what? Okay, I'm going to do actually the mask. I'm going to add a mask. Okay. Is it this one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. No, it's this one. Click. Okay. So I think, yikes, this tool is huge. Where's my cursor? Oh, let me bring it down to like 1 pixel. And let's see what happens if I do this. That's the brush. Erase tool. Yes. I think what I need to do is actually use the paintbrush tool on the... Oh, what the hell am I doing wrong? Oh, maybe there's a selection? Why isn't it doing it? Okay, that's that. Go over here. Nope. Tiago, where are you, buddy? I need you. Let me switch the colors. No. Erase tool. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I don't know why it's not... the mask thing isn't working. Why is it working? Why aren't you working the way I want you to work? Okay, maybe I'll just do my old school way, because for some reason the mask didn't work. So let me just try. Hey, what? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I am so dumb. The reason why I couldn't see the effect is I had a copy of the layer underneath. So the whole time it was actually doing it, but it was so silly. So silly. So I'm going to put the mask back on. come back to here. Mask is good. And I'm going to, there we go. That's why it didn't work. Okay, so I wonder if, yes, that's what I thought. Okay. So quickest way to redo this is just to throw out this layer, bring back a copy of it, make it visible, add a mask, and now we're good to go. All right. So this should erase this. What the hell? What the? Oh, it's so silly. You have to click on, actually what I do, I should click on the layer mask. You can just see the selection bars around it. And then I should probably switch to the paint tool. And now, okay. I really don't want to have to explain what I'm doing. Just trust me. Just trust me, okay? It'll be okay. Now, there is a trick I can do is I can hold down the shift button. So you can't see this, but I click here, I hold down the shift, and it'll just draw a line. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to erase the edge of his hair that looks too sharp. So what I should probably do is make it the brush a little bit bigger and try feathering it out. It's just softening it so that it doesn't look like such a hard cut. There are many different ways I could do this, but I'm choosing it to do it this way. Still too obvious. I think the problem is this set. There we go. I want to almost I want to fade in the background so it just looks more natural. Okay, you can really tell the difference. So right there looks okay, but up here on this part, it's just got to go. What I'll do is I'll take down the opacity so it's more like a couple. I don't have to kill it so hard. I can do a couple passes. Bring the opacity down even more. That's just how much I'm actually erasing. So if I go down here, you could just see it does part of it, doesn't do it 100%. So it gives me a little bit of a buffer to make mistakes. And in a way, it should almost look like it's darkening into the background better than just erasing it. Still has that weird rim. Now this will be actually, it'll look a lot better once I color correct this thing. In fact, it might even make sense for me to do that now. The first thing I should do is do a exposure. I'm going to make a copy of this layer. Oops. Copy of this layer. Where did my chat window go? Okay. Should bring up Facebook again in case someone's talking to me. Okay. We got one person watching on Twitch and a couple people watching on Facebook. I wonder if the Twitch thing chat is working. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to save it. And what I'm going to do now is I made a copy of Trump's layer and I'm going to darken it. And I found that in this case, using exposure, bringing down the exposure is one of the more effective ways. Now, I need to bring up this layer. This layer here is just a screenshot of the two of Joe and some other dude he's talking with that I'm using as a reference for the color to try to match the darkness and saturation. So here we go. Image adjustments, exposure. So the first thing we're going to do is try to bring down the exposure to something that looks like it's in the room. That might be okay. I don't think there's an adjustment layer for exposure, is there? Layer, there probably is. Where's new adjustment layer? There is. I'm such a moron. I'm moron. Okay. What I'm doing is a bad technique, which is I'm creating multiple layers and affecting each layer and keeping the previous versions, when you could do this thing that dynamically you can adjust things like exposure. In fact, let me see if I can figure out how to do it. I'm going to throw out that exposure layer. I'm going to make a copy of this original one. Okay. Now I'm going to do the thing that I know I can do, but I just haven't figured it out. So new adjustment layer, I add exposure. Now the thing is, I want this to only affect this layer, not the whole background. And there is a simple way to do it, and it's probably one of these little buttons at the bottom. Previous state, layer visibility, adjustment effects, all layers. No, that's the button I wanted. Done. Cool. So the nice thing is I can come back later at any time and adjust exposure amount. This is really convenient because I'm not locked in forever for whatever amount I chose. Okay, cool. So I'm going to move that layer I don't need anymore. Now I'm also going to add, I want to colorize him because obviously he's the wrong color. So I'm going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, and I'm going to choose color balance. Okay. And this one should also have that button where I click here where it only, wait, can I move the color balance? Yeah. I'm going to move the color balance up to here so it's affecting this thing. Hey, where did it go? Can't I have multiple adjustment layers? Did I just do something wrong? What did I just do? Studio copy? Oh, here it is. Huh. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. So just a quick yeah, perfect. So what I need to do to make Trump look more red is, or at least match the colors, is I'm going to bring the red up a bit, but it's not true red that's in the scene. There's a bit of magenta and actually even a little bit of blue. So there we go. So if I turn those off before, wait, color balance, there's color balance, and then there's exposure. Boom. So he looks like he's blending in better, doesn't he? I'll save that. Now what I'll do is fix his hand. Let me get rid of these rulers. Okay. So Trump hand. Okay, Trump hand, that's the old copy. I don't need that. What is studio copy? What in the hell is that? That's the table. Okay. Let's move those there. Quick save. I'm now going to work on his hand, which is right here. Now you'll notice it's popping out like crazy. So let's just do the same thing I did with up here. Let's go to layer, new adjustment layer, exposure. Okay. Make it only affect the layer below it, which is this hands, and let's bring down the exposure. Maybe there. And then let's go layer, new adjustment layer, color balance, and make it only affect the layer, and let's bring up add some red to it. I think we need to bring the exposure down a bit. Some magenta, maybe tiny bit of blue. No, too blue. I'm gonna leave that there. It still feels too cherry compared to this one. Maybe it does need blue. Actually, you know what it might need? I think it needs a bit more contrast. So I'm going to go here, layer, new layer, adjustment layer, and use brightness contrast. Okay, so this adds a new thing that's going to affect this layer, and it's only going to affect this layer. And I'm gonna jack up the contrast a bit. Can you see that? Bring the contrast up and bring the brightness down. Now it gives a different effect than exposure does. So you have to really play around with it before it feels right. Feels like I think I might need to do one more thing. I think the midtones aren't dark enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this one here. I'm gonna create another adjustment layer that allows me to have more fidelity. It's called levels. Okay, make it only affect that layer. And this thing is neat because I can take the midtones and just mess with the midtones. I think the darkers need to be darker perhaps. Let me see this. This doesn't have enough contrast. It feels like there's something bugging me about it. I can't quite put it into words. Let's see. Does that look good? You know, here's what it is. Here's what I can tell. This shadow, see how dark and almost purple it is? That's what this shadow should be here. That's why it's wrong. So somehow I've got to make this. That's what I meant by contrast. Because look, the contrast between the light and the shadow here is not as is stronger than the contrast you're seeing like underneath that finger, which should be the same. So what I was trying to do with levels is you can. I'm trying to bring up levels, dude. Where's the levels? This one? Yeah. I don't know why the window's so small. Normally this is bigger. You could often play. See, there's something missing here. I should be able to adjust shadows and midtone. I should be have more fidelity. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because it needs to be image. Maybe it needs to be affecting the thing directly. I'm just going to talk to myself for a second here. Image adjustment levels. Yeah, this is the normal dialog box. This has. Oh, I see. I know. Okay, I know why. I know why. Because what we're doing is this layer is only dealing with the small range. This one's a brightness contrast. Let's try seeing if this works. Let's just do the contrast and maybe bring the brightness back up. No, look how pink the hand is. The contrast is still not good enough. Okay, let's do that, and let's go to the color balance. Let's take down the red because it's looking like it's on fire. Yeah, and you can also see how sharp this image. Well, I should fix this too. Look, see those little pixels? They're all making it look like it's more cut out. Yeah, I was wondering, like, when something you can tell, the human eye is very good at picking up things that don't look natural, and it's when it comes to digital stuff, you just have to know the tricks. Like, you just have to know that, for example, the resolution on this, it's all smooth and blurred together. Over here, look how sharp it is. So it's all these little subtle things like that purple up there is causing it to look just not so natural. So what I should do is go here, add a layer mask, and then start messing with the layer mask like it was before with the other thing. Let me just make sure this is working. Go here, and I'm gonna go, no, not that one. Here, and I need to maybe use the paint tool. Is it the paint tool that's going to make it? Yes, okay. So here I'm going to zoom. Oh, that's as far as I can zoom in. Okay. And this one, I'm going to make it 1 pixel. And I think I'm going to use a hard brush because I want to make it much more precise. So I bring up the opacity much higher. Yeah. Now the cool thing is that today there's like the software, there's AI that could do this pretty fast. Maybe that's one thing I've always wanted to get into is learn how to work with AI. Develop it. And I've done some AI work to some degree, and that only has to do with AI in video games. Because I used to do almost everything in video games to some degree, like almost every job. And my favorite one was world builder, level designer, where you get to create the gameplay with the assets and the code that's already done, and you're just literally like a creator or a god, and you can create these worlds. And you often use a kind of scripting language for the AI. Now this AI is simple and rudimentary, and it would just sort of you could have like characters that would do certain behaviors, and the behaviors were really just mostly animations. And that was a big trick in video game development, is that AI was mostly convincing when it comes to just how good the animation and sound effects were to convince you that this thing was intelligent. And in fact, I worked at a studio, and they hired this PhD guy in AI, and he was developing this really complex system that was like really amazing, and they ended up scrapping it for just doing a couple animations that made the characters seem more lifelike. It was I'm sure it was a big bummer for him, because he was like some PhD who was creating like an entire system of intelligent, like soldiers or whatever it was for. I know exactly what it was for. I just can't go into details because it's confidentiality. But what I'm talking about is true AI. And AI, and what I mean by true AI, something that is actually learning things. Because the AI that I worked on, it never learned. It was just more like we would develop states of behavior, and then whatever happened in real time during the game, usually due to the actions of the player, it would trigger different events, and then the AI would behave according to different states. So a good example is if you've got like a soldier, an enemy AI soldier, artificial intelligence soldier, we just say AI a lot, and we would put these like invisible points that would signify that this is a place that's safe for you, that you can take cover. So you could put an AI point, invisible AI marker or a point in the level that's hidden to everybody, it's invisible except for us world builders, and the AI would go to that point and like use it to hide. We also, the AI could also just detect geometry in the level and know that there's a hiding spot. But let's say we wanted it to actually go there sometimes. Like let's say you could do something like when its health was below 25%, it would, it was quote unquote hurt. So it would seek out places to hide, and it would look for the best place to hide. And sometimes we had to coax it to let it know that, hey, by the way, this is a safe place. Because the AI isn't super smart. It just like would often use like proximity and line of sight detection to know if something's there. But as a real person, maybe there was like something else in the game that would identify that as a safe place, like something that would require an intelligence to understand. Like maybe there was a sign there that said, this is a safe place or something. Who knows? So we would do things like that. We would create AI that would recognize different behavioral states. For example, like one that was courageous. Like for example, let's say you had a bunch of AI soldiers, and they were kind of like winning, like, you know, the players were getting pushed back, so that might encourage them to move forward. So we would give them a bit more of an aggressive state, and the aggressive state would mean move towards the player, you know, and maybe there were like special points that they would try to go to. Okay, I'm just rambling because I am. Okay. This is still clearly too red compared to this. Or this needs to be more red. Actually, Trump needs to be more red. So let's go to Trump and let's make him more red. Let me just jack it. Yes, okay. More red, more magenta. Because it's really purple in there, isn't it? Like, look how purple this guy is. So that means I have to add a bit more blue. Yep, that's what's affecting. It's kind of hard to see. I even think it needs to be darker. Do I have a... Okay, I'm going to see if I can just use exposure to darken him. Yeah, that's a bit better. And then the hand. Where's the exposure of the hand? Let's bring the exposure of the hand down a bit too. Oh, that's better. I think that's better. Because I want the hand to fade away a bit. Okay. I think that feels a bit better. Save. Okay. Let's hide this. I'm not feeling it. He looks too... Something just doesn't look right. Where's Joe hiding out? Joe Rogan with the pink shirt lighting. There you go. All right. Oh, he's definitely too. Okay, I'm gonna have to work with Joe. I'm gonna use the masks as well. Okay, so I'm gonna work with him. Let me pull up my reference, and I'll put the references. Stop it. I'll put my color check references, this layer here, and just move it. Oh, move it over. Huh. It looks like there's a... I didn't realize there's a slice over here. Let me just delete that. Okay. All right. So now I'll put him over here. Now I've got to make Joe look like this. So I will add, let's just start with exposure. Ow! I threw my back out about 3 weeks ago. That still hasn't come back yet. Layer, new adjustment layer, exposure. Oops. Oh, I gotta turn on this layer only. It doesn't need too much. It just needs to be toned down a bit. You know what? I think this one, exposure, I'm just gonna leave that in there, and I'm gonna go with contrast, because it looks like that picture, the contrast is too strong. So layer, new adjustment layer, contrast. Affect that layer only. I'm going to take the contrast down, so like that, and I'm going to bring the darkness down, because I'm looking here. If you can tell, there's very weak contrast. If I go too far, it'll look weird in pixel. Actually, no, it's not so bad. Yeah, because I also want to take down the. Look at the contrast. Right here, you can see how shiny his head is. When I bring that down, it just softens everything, because the lighting in the room is much softer. Okay. Now let's add hue saturation. No, not hue saturation. Let's add the image. Layer, new adjustment layer, color balance. Oh my god, my stupid ring in my brain is going off again. I got freaking tinnitus. Tinnitus or tinnitus? I don't know how you say it. And that's partially why I haven't live streamed in a couple months. It was just too bad. It was just too yucky. Okay, is that okay? So let's turn on this. Click will only affect Joe, and there's quite a bit of red there. And let's add some magenta. That's probably too extreme, and then some blue. Yeah, that's way too extreme. It's too saturated. So let's bring back extremity. It was too extreme. Bring back the red. That's closer to what it should be. He still looks too sharp compared to the background, doesn't he? Too red. Let's bring magenta back a bit. Okay, let's just leave that there. And while I'm in it, I'm gonna do a quick fix. I just realized his mic. Where's it? Where's the picture of Joe Rogan? Joe. His mic is actually cut off by the table. I mean, cut there. It doesn't exist. So what I'm gonna do? Make a copy of this. Leave that down there. Wait, did that not? What happened? Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay, let me just, I think I can't do that. I gotta. I think it popped out. It popped out this from being affected by these layers. Didn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, it didn't. I'm just talking silliness. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake the end of this mic somehow. What can I do? I could just try. Here's what I'll do. Okay, I'll take this, select, invert, and delete everything else. So what I actually have here is a little piece. I have this other thing underneath here. So what I could do, I don't know what the end of the mic looks like. I don't think anybody does either. But why don't we just try to fake it? Why don't we go like this? Basically I need to have it end. So let me just go like this and invert this and delete everything but there, and go here. And let's take this bit of pixels and we'll take these bit of pixels here. And what we're going to do is we will shape, we'll shape it as if it's the end of it, right? Sort of cut it off, bevel it, as if that's the end of the mic, like that. And then what we can do is we can just hide it under here. Like no one's gonna really notice this. It's I kind of screwed it up a tiny bit. There, it's probably better like that. And then I'll just paint over that part so you don't see that as much. And then like when I go far away, people aren't even going to really notice it. It'll look like though it's in front of the table now. All right. And I could probably make it better, but The one thing that's weird is, oh, shiza, ball, boobity. You know what? These things need to go in front of him. I kind of screwed that up. That's going to look really weird. What I'm talking about is, come on. Wait, this is, I'll call this Joe Mike Bit. And so I'll put it right there. What I'm saying is these need to be in the front. These need to be in front of Joe. Okay. I think I need to do that. I think it's a necessary thing. I think in the very first one I forgot to do that. Let me go back to the first one. Yeah, I totally forgot. Look, this mic thing, it should be in front of him. Same with this thing. I was able to hide this piece. It kind of looks like it's attached to stuff, but I screwed the first one up. And people thought this looks like a mouse. But that's funny, like once you start noticing it. And look how sharp those lines are. Okay. Let's go back to here. And the way I'm going to do that is I got to go down here. Poop. And I'm going to start cutting out those mic bits. Yeah. How am I going to do this? Okay, yeah, let's just focus on this thing. Let's just focus on this stuff, where it's going to affect him. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select inverse, delete all that, and then go in here, and it's going to look really goofy. I'm going to have to really do like it's going to look so sharp, the cuts. Now, I'm sure I could use a marquee tool with a feather selection, but maybe what I'll do is I'll just do a feather selection at the very end. I'm not sure. Yeah, look how ugly that is. I'm going to have to really... Oh, the part that really matters is down here. Okay, do I include these weird... Like, what the hell are these mics? Are those in the background? I think those are behind him. Yeah, they're not on the table, so I can safely ignore those. It's just this stuff I have to put in front of him, wherever he is. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a guess that he's actually I need to include these things. If he's in front of these, because that's physically on the table. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it should be in front of him. It would have been smarter if I had the picture up so I can see where he is, so I don't have to do more than is necessary. Okay, so I go like that, and let's put him back in there. Yeah, so that's where it helps. And then when I bring the background, it should blend nicely. Oh yeah, this would have to be above his picture, above here, so it goes in front. So this is going to be Mike stands in front of Joe. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Boa tarde, lindo. Boa tarde. Tarde means late, and lindo means beautiful, I think. So this will definitely have to be cleaned up because Joe's shirt is pink, and it'll show up very obviously that it's Now those reindeer things, I hope, are in the background. Okay, the skull, is the skull in the background? Oh, I don't know. The skull's in, no, skull's in the foreground. Is the skull? Oh, Jesus Christ! You have to add a skull with Okay, theoretically, I should keep these in here. I didn't even notice these. I'm gonna do this one over. Okay, so if I'm gonna do a really good job, this could take a while. What's gonna happen is there's gonna be a red outline around these things from the background, and it's gonna show up in contrast to his shirt. So I might cheat and delete. I might see there's that red outline I'm talking about. I have to go in and clean up. I might delete the antlers if I feel I'm lazy, because this is now eating up a lot of my Sunday. Oh yeah, okay, let me just do a rough job. Let me just do a rough hack into this. Okay. See, the problem is it might even cover up Joe too much. You might even not be able to see him. And we don't want that at all. Yeah, that could be an issue. I might have to make a creative decision to delete some of these unnecessary things. So I might have to raise them up too. I think this little, or maybe I'll reverse. Make them face the other way if there's more space on the right hand side. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this little cable. I'm just going to delete that cable. We're going to get a little too crazy here. Let's just assume it's somewhere in the background. Okay, yeah, so look at that. The problem now is this stupid thing. It's covering up all the good stuff. It's covering up the funny part of Joe. So now that I see this, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the skull. The skull's covering up that part of Joe that we want to see, which is the funny part, which is him smoking a joint. So sorry, skull. Where's that bit thing? Joe Mike bit. Mike stands in front of Joe. Okay, I'm gonna make a copy of this layer just in case I ever want to go. Oh, I ever want to go back to it. Put it down here. Okay, let's get rid of the. Let's just get rid of this skull. Sorry, skull. You're just in the way. That's all you were. You were just in the way. Bye-bye. It's more important that we get to see Joe's face. Boop. And then what I'll do is I'll just Photoshop the table smooth so I don't see that weird crap down there. And even now, he can't even... Wait, where's the mic bit? That bit of the studio table's cutting off this little mic piece that I bit. The mic bit. I know what I can do. I got another trick I can do. I can put it up here. And then let's just see. Oh, I have to color adjust it as well. Okay, that's what I did wrong. That's why it looks so weird. Okay, so the mic bit, I'm going to make a copy of it, keep it for later. Take this, and I'm just going to chop it. I'm going to chop it right where that is. Oops, wrong button. Wrong there. Going to go here, and I'm going to chop it. Oh, it's above this thing. Okay, where's that? Okay, there's just a couple things I need to do. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll fix that. But what I need to do right now is, where's Joe's color correction? Here. I need to take all of these things and make a copy of it and put it on that little mic bit in order for everything to match. So I'll take each one of those out. And I have to probably double check. I probably have to turn this off, right? Yeah. Wait. Pew. Isn't that right? Yeah, then I have to go back to these ones and turn them all off. No, something didn't work. Something... Yeah, why isn't... So I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I put it on the wrong thing. There's mic stand. It should be on the mic bit. It should be on here. So silly. Okay, I know what I did wrong. Not the mic stand. I'm going to grab these layers and I'm going to put them on the mic stand, the mic bit down here. Why isn't it? Come on. Come on. Still recording? Holy shit, it's been an hour already, and I feel like I've made so little progress. Come on. What the fuck? Okay, my computer's being stupid. Really? Can't tell if it's turning it on or off. It's supposed to be a little... There we go. Okay, for some reason, it's not color correcting. What is going on? I think I pooched something somewhere. I just... Oh, okay, I need to make this... There we... Whoops. No. What did I do wrong? Okay, yeah, those are all correct. Why aren't these affecting the mic the way they should be? not updating. Come on. Something weird's going on here. All I want to do is just add the same color balance and those other things that I applied here to here, but for some reason, something is strange going on here. Like it's not accepting this change. There it goes. But, oh, do I have another copy of the mic? Hiding it somewhere? Oh, I'm such a moron. It was up here the whole time. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. So dumb. I had it. All these things the whole time. I should have been working on this one. That's all it was. Wrong layer. Wrong layer. Wrong layer. Visible. Come on. Turn off for all layers. That's weird that it's not accepting it. Turn off. Good. Turn off. Huh. It's not turning off. Turn off. Ah, my computer is acting a little weird. Let's try it again. Turn off, please. Click. Turn off. Why aren't you updating? I don't know why it's being so silly. It's just not cooperating. Turn off. That's all I should do is click that button and it should not affect the layers below, but it's something, for some reason, it's just not updating. I cannot explain it. Oh well. Damn it. Oh, that now works. See, that now worked for some reason. Let me go back here and let's try on this layer. Please. There, it worked. Huh. That was a lot of effort just to make this one thing match the other one. And even still is a couple pixels. Okay, all that effort just so that this little piece of mic would appear in front of him. Right there. Okay. Where's Joe? Okay, so I'm going to have to group all these things together just to keep it easier to understand. So I'm going to put Joe. Stop. This whole section under here. And mic stand in front of. Yeah, because what I want is Joe. Stop this. Oh my god. I think I have to restart my computer. It's just acting up. It's like it's so slow. It's like grabbing layers that I don't want to grab. And this is oh, come on. It's mic bit. And then this is going to be another group. I'm just going to call it Joe. I'm just going to call it Rogan. Because what I want to be able to do is move these things at the same time, right? Like move them around at the same time. So I had to sort of just group them. There's different ways to do it, but I just tried it. For example, I want it so I can see Joe better. Like maybe. And all that work for the mic bit would be useless if that bottle's in the way. Maybe I'll kill the bottle too. Okay, so I definitely want it to be clear. See, I could go here. No. Okay, let's just go here. I think it should be here. And all that work with the mic bit would be irrelevant because the bottle would be covering it up. Isn't that insane? Wow, that was a lot of work for nothing. Okay, what is it behind his shoulder? What is that? I think I'm gonna darken that out because I think it's distracting. It's too much information. So I'm gonna go to the studio background and I'm gonna make a copy of it in case I screw it up. And I'm gonna just stamp out this stuff just because it's too distracting. I think it needs to be simpler. Okay. What is this studio copy? Oh, this is Biden table bit. All right, so I might have to use this piece of the table. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that part of the table. And up here, what are all these things? Trump. Okay, that's Trump. Okay, I'm gonna make a group for Trump. Trump. Put up here. Take all of this. Put that in a Trump. Okay, so now I've got a Trump group. A mic bit. Biden shallow. Mike stand in front of Joe. I mean, that theoretically would be up here, would it? Okay, and then there's, what is this? Oh, that's the old Trump. I don't think I need the old Trump. And this is the old Biden. I don't need the old Biden anymore. Biden yelling. I think the Biden goes up there. Wait a second. Oh, no, Biden yelling goes in front of the table. There, like this. Okay. And I have a feeling, yes, I've got to, oops, get rid of some pixels there. Okay. Okay, well, it made some progress. Definitely these guys looked still too cut out for sure. They look cut out like crazy. Joe's the only one that looks like he's part of the background. I think that one is a nice blend. The hue saturation and the exposure and the lighting, brightness, that feels kind of natural. It feels like he's actually there. These boys though. So now I gotta go and somehow fake a bit of the background here and paint his whole body in. I do something with the table. Actually, it looks like Joe. Did Joe lose his? No, he still has his set. It looks like Joe lost his color information. I think I might have lost his color information. So is there Biden? Yeah, you know what? Oh, I think I know what I did. This is before when I applied the changes directly to it. So I didn't. This is before I figured out I should use adjustment layers. So I think let's try an exposure adjustment layer. And let's make sure it's only affecting him. And let's bring down his exposure. Does that feel Does that feel right? I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna add a brightness contrast layer, and I'm gonna see if I could bring down his contrast. Let's see if, like, just to soften the whole thing up. I don't know if that's working. I don't know if that's working. Something's not right. I think his color needs more blue. The nice thing about this is I can now in real time just play around with it, see what feels better. Okay, yeah, the brightness didn't work. Let's instead let's add a image layer, adjustment layer, color balance. Okay, so I think Joe could use a bit of perhaps magenta. Let's see, is it working? Wait, yes, it's working. Okay, too much magenta, too much. Maybe just a tickle of magenta right there. And tickle of blue. Let's see, is blue's working? Yeah. A tickle of blue. A tickle of blue. And now that I look at it, it looks like the contrast is. I might have pooched. Does that look real? Okay. Ow. Look at Trump. I mean, obviously, without a shadow, it looks terrible on his elbow. So let me turn on the shadow I had before. I'll just erase it. I'm just going to use the same layer. And then I'll try painting something on. Let me think, how would I do this? There's a bunch of ways I could do it. I could, here's one way. I know. I will draw what I think the shadow would look like. It would probably kind of come out like this. It would be here. And let's do a feather of, let's say, 10. And then let's just do a, wait, why is it filling in? Wait, X. Oh, I see, I was still in there. 10, okay. Click away over here. And switch it to black. And why isn't it filling in? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Where is the bidden shadow? Here it is. Come on, bidden shadow. I'm filling you in. No, I just want a regular. Oh, it's because it's in front of the table. There we go. Let me move. Okay, so something weird. Why can't I see it? Let me put it way at the top. Oops. Let me, just to be safe, I'm going to put it right there. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted it to do. Wait, let me just delete the whole thing. Oh, where'd it go? History. Oh, action. Delete. I'm just trying to keep the layer. Okay, let's try this again. Let's just say it kind of goes like this. goes like that. Let's just say it goes like that. And then I've got the feathering in. Oops, I want it to be black. Okay. And, oh, I see, opacity was set so low, that's why I couldn't see it. Okay, so here's a pretend shadow. And let's try doing an overlay. Where's overlay? Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Not overlay, maybe multiply. Multiply? No. Well, bring down the opacity, maybe. No. Bring that down, opacity about 50%. Let's try just darken. No, ugly. See, it's got to have this kind of color. Soft light. Oh, soft light might work. Let me bring back opacity to 100. I don't like the way it's brightening this thing out. That shine should not be there. That shine should have been. Let me just clip off what it shouldn't be there. Let me just click that and select the inverse and just delete it so we don't have shadow casting on him. I might have to go and paint. Yeah, I might have to go and paint this to make it look better. Okay, at least I know what I'm doing. At least I know I have to go in here. I don't like how it's doing the highlights. I think I have to paint the table. I don't know what the hell this cut is. What is that cut? This cut is, oh, I know what it is. Is it this cut? No. Is it, it's the table. It's the table cut. Oh, I get it. Okay. What I got to do is cut the right version of the table, which is this one. I need to duplicate this layer, and I need to select the inverse and delete that, and then I need to move that up there to be the table. That's the proper Biden table bit. There we go. Look at that. Much better. Okay, so if that's the table Biden bit, I will get rid of I just throw out the other one. Okay. All right, so we definitely have to make this shadow look better. It's ugly as sin right now. I think I have to just paint the wood directly. I'm gonna have to deal with Trump-a-rooney. Let's go deal with Trump-a-rooney, then I have to take a break. Okay. What is this? Table copy. Okay, I need to do Biden. B-I-D-E-N. And Biden, I'll put that up there. Biden, these things are all going to go in. These things are going to go into Biden. Hey, oops. I didn't mean to do that. These things. What did I just do? What the hell is this X thing? Okay. These things are going to go into Biden, the Biden group. And I can do that and make it tighten things up a bit. And I'm just going to throw out, actually, I'm going to save this. I'm going to throw out all these other layers that I was just keeping just in case. Just to clean things up a bit. And then I'll save this as a new file. I'll save this as 5. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and try to recreate Trump's body. Then it's going to be break time. Okay. One way I'm thinking of doing this. Oops. Oh, come on. That's truly annoying. I don't want to have to go and click all those buttons again because it just was such a pain in the butt to do. I wonder if there's another way I could duplicate it without going in. See, when I duplicate this layer, it disables all those adjustment layers things. Remember last time I had to click those buttons like 20 times before it'll work? I don't feel like doing that again. But I kind of need the color selection. I need my plan is to do something like this. Wait, where's Biden? Why is what is this one? Yeah, it's like the original. Maybe I'll keep that because I might not like the color corrections I made earlier on. So I'm just going to keep that there. Okay, so the problem... Oh, I know how I can get around this. I can get around this by making a copy of the group. Then I'm going to delete... In the copy of the group, I'm going to delete everything except for... I'm just going to take that one out. Nice. Then this, I'm just going to toss that group back out. Boom. Haha. Okay, good. So now I got a clean copy of Trump. And what I'm going to use, what I'm going to do with this is I need this color texture of his suit down here. Oh, Shiza. It didn't, I have to figure it out. Okay, I'm sure I can add the, color corrections. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll work on this one that already has color correction. Here's what I'm thinking. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out where his body probably will be. Okay. His body. Now this is a lazy way of doing it. Normally what I would recommend is use the pen tool to draw a path and then you can adjust it. That's definitely the better way to do what I'm about to do. And I just don't feel like doing it. I'm going to work on a separate layer and just try to guess out where this dude's body is supposed to be. Like this is probably going to continue down something like to here. Okay. And let's just, oops, probably his chest, his lapel might come up to here. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this is so I'll fill it in with a color. This is going to be my selection layer, so I can just select it when I need to. And I'll hide it. And why isn't it hiding? Okay. Now what I'm going to use that for is I can use a stamp tool. Stamp tool. Come on, what the hell? I'm in the wrong layer. Okay. I'm in the stamp tool. And I'm going to take, let me make sure it's 100%. Let me just bring it up a bit so I can be lazy. So if I could just go like this, why isn't it showing up? Oh man, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Oh, what a bummer. This is gonna be more of a pain in the ass than I thought. This is gonna be a pain in the ass because I like just try to explain what I'm trying to do is more work than it's worth. I'm just gonna do stuff and then you probably will just see, oh, something's happening. And then that's all I gotta say about that. Later on, I'll try to yeah, okay, so that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. What I want is to go get something to eat because I'm hungry. Yeah, I could do them. I'm just hacking through this thing right now, just butchering it, just butchering it. I should probably just do this like. And okay, whatever. Just let's get into something. I'm just trying to do whatever with the things, with the stuff, and then I guess I have his arm there, and then oops. You know what? I'm just hoping this whole thing, it'll look good when it's black. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can make this. Oh, you annoying snuggle bunny. Why is the window gray? I must have clicked a button. That's without thinking. But there is. Stop it. All right, let's just go here and actually it doesn't even matter what's down here. Let's just I'll have to fix it. I'll have to I'm just gonna make it so dark you can't even, it'll just disappear. And I have to color correct it and all that kind of stuff. But at least there's something. And then I got to go in and fix this jazz, which could be pretty easy. I don't know what this thing is, but let's get rid of this. Oop. I got to hide Trump so I can just see what's behind here. Okay, good. I better do it like this. I better do it like that. I better go like this. I better do opacity a little bit less to mix these two reds. Actually, you know what I could do? This might be easier. I will just do this. Watch this. Let me blow your minds. Is this under the table? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure where Trump's thing is, but here's what I'll do. I'll just do a gradient from this color, boop, until this color, boop. Okay. And I'll start here and to the here. Oh, did it do 100%? That's the problem. It's got to be 100% transparent, 100%. And then, boop. Boop, wrong way. Boop. And that should have cleaned up. Hopefully I didn't screw something up. Is it part of the table? Is that? Okay, good, yeah. All right, so that'll be enough for people not to notice too much. And I think I'm going to soften this edge out, whatever that thing is, so you don't notice that as much. I don't even know if this might be actually be behind, but I think you can see it here. Oh, that's on another layer somewhere. Somewhere it's not. Okay. All right. So I fixed up the background, and then let's bring back in Trump, and let's see if yes. Okay. So I don't know if that's good enough for the studio. There's nothing behind here. So obviously I have to clean up whatever's on the table, like get rid of those hands. I'm sure I could probably do that with a. I bet you I have a copy of. I bet you I have a copy of a table with hopefully no one have leaning hands on that I could use there. Now Trump, I wonder if I could probably move him to the left a bit. Let's see if I can do this. Does this have everything, including, like, can I just move him this way? That actually might be a little bit better. Yeah, I think it'll look better compositionally. I have to fix up that little bit behind. I was saying China. Okay, whatever. And now Biden does not look like he's talking to Trump, does he? He looks like he's like talking some other random place. Oh yeah, I got to fix up behind here. Okay, I think some progress is made. Definitely not happy with the color saturation. Oh, why is Trump's head glowing again? Why is his head glowing? I think I might have revealed a layer. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that layer, where is that? Okay, so I'm going to call this Trump lower body. Trump lower body, and we're just going to chop up all this stuff on the Trump lower body so that my work of cleaning up all the other part of Trump was not lost. Okay. Hair still looks like terrible. Look at that. So I have to go back in here, and I can use the erase tool on, no, not that layer. I can use the paint tool on this. No, can I? Paint tool on here. Oops, this one here. Yeah. So I could do something like this to try to make it look more like natural hair. I could actually add in kind of hairs, but let's just go in here and get rid of some of this ugly yellow. Oh. Da, 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 da. It'll still look bad. I know it. I can just tell. It's still gonna look kind of weird. I'm gonna bring down the opacity a little bit lower so I can just make some little tweaks. So you have to make it look like the light's coming through the hair. At the same time, getting rid of this ugly yellow color. It just can't look like a solid See, it looks too solid still. It looks too... I think the part of the problem is the color of him. The color of him is not quite on. Still looks... Still looks, that looks pretty crappy. Yeah, that looks pretty shitty. Maybe from a distance it might be a little bit better, but okay. Well, yeah, break time. Break time. I can't believe I'm actually recording this. Who would watch this? You'd have to be bored out of your mind. You must be like in jail, and this is like the only channel that you have on TV. That's the only way anyone would watch this. Okay. Anyhow, I'm stopping. I'm taking a break. And I'll probably come back when I feel... Oh, shit. There are people actually chatting on here. Damn it. Why isn't the chat showing up? Sorry. If you were chatting with me, I'm sorry I couldn't see your chat. Anyway, I'm taking a break now. So, see ya. I'll be back in a little bit.